Hey everybody, it's Josh from CollectionDX.com here with a review of the Metamor-Phorce Black Wing by Sen-Ti-Nel. Black Wing comes from the anime Dan-Kuga, and he's kind of a support mecha. He eventually can form a giant wing, but he doesn't actually attach to Dan-Kuga until the Super Robot Wars video game. This does have that feature, even though it wasn't actually an anime. The toy is loaded with diecast metal. Everywhere you feel, you find little pieces of it. So it's parts of it are metal, but not all of it. You know, so metal, talons of metal, part of that metal, part of the arms of metal. So there's pieces here and there that are metal, but it's not the whole toy. It's got a substantial weight to it, which is nice. It holds a pose really well. So articulation is off the hook, really, but every place is nice and tight. A lot of different joints, working pads, and double jointed everything. It's got a ball joint in the torso. The legs swivel and rotate. The knees double jointed. The feet are on ball joints. And the toes are articulated. So it does a lot in terms of movement. There are no weapons included with this figure. He does not have any. What there is, though, is there are a couple of variant hands, but I mean, an open hand, and that's really all you need. The backpack here, these wings can come out. And he looks pretty great with the wings out. But he gets a little top heavy with the wings out. This ball joint here in the torso is not the tightest. I mean, all the other ones are great. This one sort of comes out a little too easy for my taste. Could probably tighten it up. But he does look very badass. And he has a good wide wingspan. Kind of makes me want to watch Dan-Kuga now. It's one of those very influential and popular 80s and 80s animes. Dan-Kuga Nova was later. One thing that's a little bit of a pain is just these arm pieces are so large and they don't rotate and they do sort of get in the way, so you just have to be cautious of that when you're posing your figure. I mean, all things considered, the size of them, they're not too bad, but they do obstruct a little bit. You get used to it. Of course, Black Wing does transform into a flying robotic bird. I thought it was going to be more complicated than it actually is. The instructions are not super intuitive, but once you figure out what they're trying to show you, it's pretty easy. But to make everything really easy, we are going to take off the backpack here. Just sort of comes off to allow us to get a better view of everything. You can transform it without taking off the backpack. It's just easier. The first thing you have to do to transform him is pull down this door, his chest, and flip this forward, and then the little diamond piece again. The head comes forward, spins around, and then gets pushed down like that. Make sure the shoulders are pulled out. Pull this up. Pull out these tabs, and you're basically going to go up, turn around, and over the head. Same thing here, up, flip this tab out, go up, turn it around, and over the head. While you have them up there, push the arms in so these sort of sit flush, and clip them together like so. For the legs, we turn these claws in, just sort of bring them in like that. And then while keeping the legs straight, we bend once there, and then once again. And notice how the contour, it follows the contour. That's what I meant to say. We then replace the wing pack. Before we put that on, pay attention to these three holes here, okay? When we replace the wing pack, on the bottom of this assembly, there are 1, 2, 3 tabs, and those will lock you in. And there is the bird mode of Black Wing. There is a stand, but you need to use the stand adapter. The stand piece clips onto this little adapter here. So you can see there's a hole right there. The stand, while I'm at it here, is your sort of typical Sen-Ti-Nel stand. It has these little notches, but they've added this little triangular support unit to the beam, which is nice. And then you just plug it right in. Yes, it's a giant robot bird, but damn, it looks cool. It feels good. The metal content is nice. The detail is excellent, as one would expect from a Sen-Ti-Nel product. I mentioned that it also did double duty as the backpack for Dan Cougar. And while I don't have the Sen-Ti-Nel Dan Cougar, I can at least show you that what you have to do, and it's not a whole lot. What you have to do is line up the little holes on the feet here with the things on the stand, like so. And basically, this section would click onto the back of Dan Cougar. Has kind of a gotcha man vibe to it, don't you think? So once again, this is the Metamor-Phorce Black Wing by Sen-Ti-Nel from the anime Dan Cougar. Overall, I think it's a great piece. It has a good amount of weight to it. I see no design flaws. I see no manufacturing issues. It's a lot of fun and a lot of metal in a little package. Well, not very little, but you know, you get the idea. This is Josh from CollectionDX.com. Be sure to like us, subscribe, like the video. We'd appreciate it.